And a good day, everybody. It's Monday, starting of a work week. I'm Jewel, and this is J7409 Weather. I use this map sometimes, not all the time, but I like to use it at times. It's pretty on the ball. So, what's going on today that we have to look out for? Well, we have scattered showers and thunderstorms looking like they're going to be across the eastern half of the United States. Now, the heavier rainfall is going to continue along the Gulf Coast with flash flooding possible. Then we got this heat situation. Boy, lots of folks are in the heat. I am, as well as other places. Widespread heat in some areas with record-setting temperatures. It's going to be possible across much of the country. Also, we've got elevated fire weather conditions. They're expected out west, particularly in Wyoming. So, here we are at 8 o'clock this morning, and I'm going to go through the times and show you everything like I always do. We got fog in West Virginia, lots of fog. Wherever you see the yellow, that is fog. Of course, the lighter green is lighter rain, maybe a few sprinkles, maybe a little bit of rain. The darker it gets, the more rain you get, and down around the Gulf Coast, down around Alabama and Florida, you can see the heavier rain. We'll move up to 11 a.m. this morning. Most of the fog is lifted by now. At 2 p.m. this afternoon, we'll look at this. We do have a chance of some severe weather, some severe storms up in Maine and New Hampshire starting around 2. Now, this isn't wrote in stone that they're going to start at 2, but I'm going to say this afternoon, and that's going to last through at least 5 p.m. as the heavier rain is still around Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. So far as hazards go, at 8 a.m. this morning, you can see in Wyoming, the red flag warnings are up, and what you see down in Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, and even up in a little bit of northern New Jersey around Long Island and Connecticut and New York City, these are heat advisories at 8 this morning. As we move across to 11, we see that this heat starts to build some, and then by 2 p.m. this afternoon in Oklahoma, that's excessive heat. 5 p.m. this afternoon remains the same. Now, so far as sky cover for all my sky watchers out there, 8 a.m. this morning, you know the deal. If it's gray and dark, it's cloudy. If it's blue, it's fair. 11 a.m., Jaylene, looking like this morning, you may have some clouds. 5 p.m., but by this afternoon, maybe tonight, you can get out and do some shooting. Looks like it will change some. So let's go ahead and hop over 12 hours. Pay that no mind, folks. Let's hop over to tonight at 8 p.m. Here we go. Still got a chance of some severe weather going on up in the mid to southern sections of Maine and off the coastline, maybe in New Hampshire also, with some severe storms popping up. Also, right on the borderline there, you can see of Kansas and Nebraska. Other than that, it's mostly light rain for the eastern section of the state. By 11 p.m. tonight, the severe weather looks like it's going to be gone for the New England area, but still hanging around with a chance of some severe storms in Kansas and Nebraska. 2 a.m. in the morning, looking like all the severe weather's gone. The fog is going to start to build back in. Early Tuesday morning, as you can see, with still some rain down around the Gulf Coast. And at 5 a.m. for Tuesday morning, this is what it's looking like. Hazards, 8 p.m. tonight. That heat, and I'm going to show you about this excessive heat and the red flag warnings in Wyoming still going on. 11 p.m., you might start to get some relief from the heat. 2 a.m. in the morning, some of the heat still hanging around in western Tennessee and in northern Mississippi, northern Louisiana, parts of eastern Texas. 5 a.m. in the morning, that heat just won't leave. So far as sky cover at 8 p.m. tonight, Jaylene, it's looking like you've got clear skies. 11 p.m., this is what it's looking like. 2 a.m., the clouds are going to start to build back in a lot of places, and by 5 a.m. in the morning, we could have some more heavy to scattered cloud activity going on. Checking out just one of the heat possibilities that I've showed you already, take a look here. Excessive heat warning from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. tonight. Your heat values will feel like 110 to 115. This is in parts of Oklahoma. You have a heat advisory from 1 to 9 p.m. And flip a coin on the difference, 105 to 110. The heat excessive warning just is 5 degrees more in heat value. So that's what it's looking like over in these areas here. So please, if you're in Muskogee, Fort Smith, Tulsa, Barnesville, McAllister, it's going to be very, very hot. And it's still going to be very, very hot for Miami, Fayetteville, and Hugo, with heat values of 105 to 110. Checking out some more of the very hot temperatures that's going to be going on. You people need to pay attention because you can get very sick from this heat. And whatever you do, don't leave any living, breathing thing in a car to go in to get a loaf of bread in these areas. It's going to be hot, hot. I read a report the other day that just this year alone, 36 children have died because they've been left in a hot car. So please, please, don't leave anything that breathes in your car. Okay, here we go. You can see this is up in parts of New Jersey, including Cherry Hill, Morristown. You see all the areas here. You are under this heat advisory from 10 a.m. this morning till 8 p.m. tomorrow night. It's going to feel like it's 101. Okay, it's going to feel like it's 101, and the highest heat index values should occur this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon, and the heat and the humidity may last into Wednesday. Now, as we move on down some, we've got one here for a different area. This is Manhattan, the Bronx, Staten Island, all you people up in Queens, you see right in here. Heat values, 95 to 100. You under a heat advisory until 8 p.m. this evening. It's going to be hot in New York. And here's other sections of New York right here. Heat advisory remains in effect until 8 p.m. this evening. You see all of the places right up here. You can read them. Through 8 p.m. this evening, you will have heat index values of 95 to 100 degrees. So, folks, I can't stress enough. Other areas will be under heat advisories and heat warnings, excessive heat warnings also. I just wanted to give you a good example of what this heat is going to be like for the next few days. Please be aware and dress properly and be safe. Check on your neighbors. Make sure your pets are okay. Now, as we take a look at the categorical outlook for severe weather, these maps are for severe weather only. You can see where we have the marginal up in New England, New Jersey, you're in it, Long Island, eastern sections of New York, including New York City, Connecticut, Maryland, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. All of you guys up there are in the marginal outlook. I'm not going to say you're going to have a great big downpour, but there is a chance you could have a severe storm pop up, so keep that in mind. Of course, it moves on over to Minnesota. As we move a little farther to the west, Minnesota, a large portion of Iowa, a little bit of Nebraska, moving up into North and South Dakota. And then as we move down, we have a little bit of Colorado, Nebraska, and Kansas in this. Anywhere in the green, it doesn't matter what color it is, a severe thunderstorm could pop up. It is still summer. Now, these are isolated severe storms. They're possible, of course, as you see now, over portions of the northern plains and middle Missouri Valley. And most of these storms should pop up for this evening and overnight in those areas. Isolated severe storms are possible where parts of the central high plains are, as you can see, also in the New England area. Chance of tornadoes. What are they looking like? It's small, but it could happen. Look at there. 2% in Maine, 2% North South Dakota, a little bit of Nebraska and Minnesota, and a portion of Iowa. And that 2% continues to a portion of Kansas, Nebraska, and Colorado. Severe winds are only at 5%, so that's a good thing. It doesn't look like the wind should be too severe. You probably will get some wind with these storms if they pop up, but they're only at a 5% chance. And the chance of hail is also low today. That's good too. Saves your vehicles and everything you have outside, including your roofs on your house and your windows. It's only at 5% for today. And wrapping it up here, we have a look at the GFS map. This map this morning I'm using Levi's over at Tropical Tidbits. Thank you for letting us use it, Levi. This is going to be short. I'm just going to turn it on and let it roll. You can see the timestamp. All I'm going to say is I've told you just about everything to look for today, but I want to stress that a surface low pressure system, this is a surface low pressure system, is going to meander in the southeast over the next couple of days. That makes more rain. With Gulf moisture streaming into the region, thus the heavy rainfall is once again possible. It's possible for the central and eastern Gulf Coast. Now, we do have that risk of excessive rainfall and flash flooding in place today across portions of Florida, Georgia, and southeastern Louisiana, with scattered showers and thunderstorms extending into the Tennessee Valley and the Carolinas. Now, in these areas, especially down around the Gulf, that's where I think most of the heavier rain will occur, and there is that chance for flash flooding. This is why I'm doing this and showing you this now. I want you to please take care and be aware if you go out. If it does look like water is ponding on the roads at any extent out of the ordinary, please don't drive through it. And that's a check of your weather today. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed and you're into the weather like all the rest of us, please click subscribe down below and then click that bell to ensure you get all the latest in weather news, forecasts, watches, warnings, and tropical weather also. And if you have any weather pictures you'd like to send to me to share with people, please click show more down below this video. Scroll down, you'll find an email address to send them to. I love you guys so much, and I thank you for everything you do for me. May each of you have a good day, a safe day, and a blessed day. Peace, love, and kindness to all. Thanks so much for watching.